Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development has awarded the City of Greensboro nearly $2.7 million. This money will be used to protect low-income children and families from lead-based paint and other home health hazards. Both homeowners and landlords are eligible to apply. Roughly $2.3 million of a lead-based paint hazard reduction grant will support the city's lead-safe housing program, specifically to address paint hazards in more than 100 housing units. The remaining $400,000 comes from a Healthy Homes supplemental grant to help Greensboro residents in the lead-safe housing program resolve other housing-related health and safety hazards. According to the city's Neighborhood Development Department, some aspects of the current program may be updated in the coming weeks, as will the applications to apply for program assistance. Until then, residents should continue to follow application directions listed on the city's website. For more information about neighborhood development programs, visit the city's website or call 336-373-2349. The Greensboro Fire Department will conduct its annual fire hydrant testing throughout October and will continue this operation through November 15th. All city hydrants will be tested to ensure they are able to operate and produce the required water pressure when needed. Because this testing must be done during standard operating hours, it will be impossible to know in advance where or when the testing will take place in any specific area. Opening hydrants can sometimes cause a temporary discoloration of water in nearby homes. The discoloration is not harmful in any way and can be cleared up by running the water for a few minutes. If you observe a hydrant that is out of service or experiencing problems, please contact the City of Greensboro's Water Resources Department. The fire department tests the hydrants but does not perform any maintenance. This testing not only ensures the protection of Greensboro residents, it's also an evaluation indicator used by the Insurance Services Office, or ISO, which rates cities according to the fire protection offered. The ISO rating resulted in the Greensboro Fire Department earning a Class 1 protection rating in 1992, which is the best possible rating. The city has maintained this designation since that time. The Greensboro Department of Transportation has released plans for updating the streetscape on Belmead and Eugene Streets. The plans are available for review and public comment. Streetscaping serves as critical infrastructure to improve the pedestrian experience, encourage walking and biking, reduce automobile traffic, and improve the quality of the downtown experience. Residents are invited to attend a streetscape public meeting on Tuesday, October 13th at the First National Bank Field located at 408 Belmead Street. The following appointment and open drop-in times are available. Attendees should RSVP online. From 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. by appointment only. This session is recommended for business owners. From 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. by appointment only. And from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. drop in anytime. All meeting times are subject to North Carolina gathering limits and other COVID-19 guidelines. Attendees must wear a face covering and social distancing will be practiced. Disposable masks and hand sanitizer will be provided. Free parking will be available at the stadium lot on Edgeworth Street. This project is part of the Downtown Greensboro Streetscape Master Plan, which was made possible by a $25 million voter-approved community and economic development bond. For more information, contact Denise Conway at 336-373-4501. In an effort to help each of us improve our quality of life, the city developed a partnership with Cone Health to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Let's take a moment to check out today's News for Your Health.
Today I want to talk about having a healthy knee so we can enjoy life with the less wear and tear we can have on our knees in order to be able to be as active as possible and pain-free. I'm Dr. Chris Blackman. I'm an orthopedic surgeon here in Greensboro, North Carolina with Piedmont Orthopedics, affiliated with Cone Health Medical Group. Say you're a young person that's getting into aerobic activities, they're wanting to maintain that healthy lifestyle for years to come. There are things that you can do to make sure that your knee doesn't experience significant wear and tear over a short period of time. Low impact aerobic activities, recumbent bike, swimming, elliptical, those types of things can help. If you're going to use a treadmill, put your treadmill at just an even level. Don't put it at a big incline. That puts more stress on the knees and can have detrimental effects on the cartilage around the knee and around the patellofemoral joint, and that can cause worsening pain. If someone is daily having knee pain and a stiff, achy knee, there's a lot of things that they can do to ease that pain and to get feeling better. One is just working on stretching and not stay in the same position all day with their knee bent. They can work on stretching the quad muscles, the muscles around the knee that help support the knee is very effective with decreasing stiffness. There are medications that people can try, such as any kind of anti-inflammatories that help take down inflammation around a joint. Obviously, exercise is important as well. Anything that we can do to exercise the muscles around the knee can decrease our stiffness in our joints. One is what's called straight leg raises, sitting with your back supported in a chair or laying flat in the bed and keeping your knees straight and then just lifting straight up in a controlled motion. Lunges is another good exercise, but not lunging all the way with your knees to the ground, bending your knees. It's only about halfway down. Those types of activities will help quite a bit on maintaining a strength and integrity of the muscles around the knee. If someone is already experiencing knee pain and, for instance, they're already participating in a lot of higher impact aerobic activities, they should actually take some time away from that activity to rest their knees. This is not a no pain, no gain when it comes to joints. It's listening to your body, and if you're hurting, back off. We're often asked, Doc, am I going to need a knee replacement? Is my knee that bad? Is the cartilage that worn? And that's where we go through a system of systematically looking at x-rays, examining the knee. If someone has continuous swelling on the knee where we're having to drain fluid off the knee, the thoughts are, hey, is their cartilage wearing down? That's where an x-ray is important. A standing x-ray looking at how someone is loading their joint in real time. An x-ray can show us what the alignment of the knee is there joint space remaining, and we can start getting an idea of what the cartilage looks like with an x-ray. However, if a knee is shown to have complete loss of cartilage, when we look on x-rays, we can tell, then that's where someone may consider something like a knee replacement, because a knee replacement is for helping someone improve their mobility, decrease their pain, and hopefully improve their quality of life once they get to that point where all else has failed, pain is daily, mobility is diminished, quality of life is diminished. That's when it's time to consider something like a joint replacement surgery. For more information, please go to our website and check out conehealth.com/orthopedics. Thank you.
If you are interested in becoming a registered voter in time for the November election, the city has established registration sites. We'll have that story and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. As part of the Move to the Polls initiative, Greensboro Transit Agency has designated its Greensboro facilities as voter registration sites. The GTA customer service area at the historic J. Douglas Gallion Depot will offer printed registration forms. Customer service agents and volunteers will receive completed forms for delivery to the Guilford County Board of Elections. The GTA administrative offices at 223 West Meadowview Road is another site with voter registration forms. Both locations will collect registration forms until the voter registration deadline on Friday, October 9th. The Move to the Polls campaign is also designed to ensure transportation barriers are eliminated for registered and new voters in Greensboro. As in previous election years, GTA will join its peer transit systems across the nation to offer fare-free public transportation on Tuesday, November 3rd. The fares will also be waived during early voting from October 15th to October 31st. The campaign includes a nonpartisan voter guide, which can be downloaded from the election station webpage at ridegta.com. The Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department is partnering with the North Carolina Recreation and Park Association to give away $800 worth of prizes in the Discover Your Park contest. Beginning October 6th, Parks and Recreation staff will hide the Piedmont Discovery logo in 2 neighborhood parks on a weekly basis for 4 weeks. Signs will be posted near the parks to provide clues where the logos are hidden. Download the free Piedmont Discovery mobile app for help finding the parks nearest to you. There will be clues in the app about where the logos are hidden. Each logo will provide information about how to enter into a drawing for one of 2 $50 Visa gift cards. Parks and Recreation will award a total of 16 Visa gift cards. Players must be a Greensboro resident and at least 13 years old to enter. The Discover Your Park contest is made possible by a $1,500 Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion grant. Funded by the Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina Foundation, the grants help ensure access to parks and recreation offerings to all members of the community. The Greensboro History Museum has unveiled its latest exhibit, Pieces of Now, Murals, Masks, Community Stories, and Conversations. The exhibition places a focus on the life-changing events that have occurred in 2020. Highlights include murals from downtown businesses that appeared in the aftermath of the social justice protests, as well as artifacts, photographs, and video stories from participants. The exhibit also sheds light on stories of COVID-19 and its impact on some Greensboro businesses. The museum staff has worked closely with members of the community, particularly artists, in a collaborative effort to collect and document this time for future generations and provide a place for community conversation. Pieces of Now is also a call to action for members of the community to add their voices and fill in the missing pieces of Greensboro's story. The exhibition is part of a larger initiative that began in March titled History Happening Now, documenting Greensboro during pandemic, protests, and more. Greensboro History Museum is operating under modified hours Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Face masks are required and the number of visitors will be limited. Scholarship dollars are up for grabs from a local nonprofit that challenges men to step up as role models. Coming up after the break, we'll check in with the Rosa Foundation and talk about its fundraising event. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Community building oftentimes relies on volunteers willing to support causes they believe in. One local nonprofit encourages men to step up and be the face of positive change in their communities. Joining me now to talk about the Rosa Foundation is Tebony Rosa. She is the co-founder of the Rosa Foundation. Hello, Tebony. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Carla.
Well, thank you for joining me. Tell me, with the COVID-19 being the ultimate thing that most organizations are dealing with, how has the Rosa Foundation managed to undergo COVID and hurdle any challenges?
Well, Carla, as with many other organizations, we've had to adjust to changing circumstances. This year, we did have 2 major programs slated for 2020. One was a summit for our youth, and another was our Latin Festival. But with the governor's executive orders and with social distancing, we had to take a different direction and focus on our attention on where is the most need. And so thanks to a grant from the Greensboro Virus Relief Fund, we were able to provide 200 meals for families this year. We started with our frontline essential workers, our grocery store employees, and our nurses at Cone Health. And then we were able to provide a week's worth of groceries for our senior community as well as single parents.
Oh, that's so impressive and very much needed. We've had so many small businesses that came to a screeching halt. As you said, very essential workers who may or may not be working double time and in some cases may be furloughed. So I know those meals were so much needed and appreciated. Now, the Rosa Foundation focuses primarily on encouraging men to step up, and you have an annual fundraiser, Men Making Positive Changes. Tell us about that.
Well, in conjunction with International Men's Day, the Rosa Foundation takes it very seriously to recognize unsung male role models in our community, whether it's through education, outreach, or religion. And those individuals are honored each year at a special ceremony.
Okay, and I'm sure COVID has not stopped that from happening.
No, it hasn't.
And you're actually adding a component this year through a scholarship. Tell me, what is the significance of that?
Well, my mother is named after my mother. In honor of her memory, she made great strides in the performing arts in the field of ballet in the 60s and 70s. So the foundation is proud to name this scholarship after her, to give $1,000 to a deserving high school senior in the performing arts field.
Okay, and tell us your mother's name and how can students apply and when do they need to get that application in?
The application is up now on rosa-foundation.com, our website, and it's named the Tony L. Cameron Memorial Performing Arts Scholarship.
Wonderful. Well, I know your mom is so appreciative of that, and I know a lot of seniors in high school are also going to be appreciative of that opportunity. Now, as far as what's on the horizon for the Rosa Foundation, you mentioned summits and workshops and things that you didn't get to do in 2020. What's going on in 2021?
Well, we hope to have those programs in 2021 considering the COVID crisis, and we will stay abreast of the executive orders from the governor when it comes to social distancing. But we will continue to fundraise and seek out grants, and next year we will provide an opportunity to give money to the hospitals in order to provide some type of financial assistance to families with children with birth defects.
Okay, so you have all kinds of excellent focal points and ways that you're touching the community. So with that, how can the community assist the Rosa Foundation if they want to volunteer, if they want to make a donation, or just support other programs that you have coming down the pike?
The best way to reach us is through our website. We have an opportunity to donate to any of our causes, and the scholarship is open until October the 19th for those that are eligible to apply.
Okay, well, Tebony, you are doing fabulous work through the Rosa Foundation. Thank you for taking time out to tell us about the new scholarship, and we wish you continued success beyond COVID-19. Do come back and let us know of the other great things that you have going on.
Well, thank you so much, Carla, for having me today.
Absolutely. Thank you. Stay tuned for some useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. Due to COVID-19, the City Council is meeting virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. City Council meetings usually take place on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building, located at 300 West Washington Street. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. Say Yes Guilford is hosting the Guilford County Schools College Kickoff. This is a 4-part series to engage and empower students in their journey to college. High school juniors and seniors are invited to join a discussion about college application deadlines, scholarship opportunities, and completing the FAFSA, which stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. The series continues over the next several weeks with the following workshops: tackling the college application process and applying for scholarships. This will take place on Thursday, October 15th from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. The financial aid FAQ workshop will take place on Monday, October 26th from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. The line-by-line FAFSA walkthrough will take place on Thursday, November 12th at 6 p.m. These sessions are free and will take place on Zoom. Links will be available on the Say Yes Facebook page at least a week in advance of the workshops. Since its inception in 2015, Say Yes Guilford has awarded more than $28 million to Guilford County School graduates. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first we have an important message about COVID-19.
Remember the 3 W's. Wear a cloth face mask covering, wait 6 feet from others, and wash your hands often. By working together, we can adjust to this new normal and continue to save lives.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. Specialized Community Area Transportation, or SCAT, is a prominent staple of the Triad community. As a result, it will undergo a change in its operating name. This will be accomplished with input from riders and the community. Operated by Greensboro Transit Agency, the paratransit service provides transportation for thousands of persons with disabilities, enabling valuable access to health care, employment, recreation, and several other destinations in the city. The name transition is intended to align the service with the decades of evolving service provision and customers served in the Gate City. The community is encouraged to participate in the first of 2 rounds of input by providing name suggestions online at ridegta.com or by calling 336-412-6309. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO Shoutout. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout-out. This week's shout-out goes to NC Works Career Center. The center in Greensboro set the backdrop for a drive-through career fair for positions available through First Light Home Care, Allegiant Staffing, and Walmart. The first 30 minutes of the career fair were reserved for veterans. Hiring representatives were on site and ready to hire machine operators and forklift drivers. Following CDC safety protocols was required for those attending the event. NC Works Career Centers provide job seekers with a variety of no-cost resources to help job seekers acquire sustainable income and meaningful employment. The City of Greensboro has career centers in Greensboro and High Point. Please remember, as more places continue to open, wear your face covering, wait 6 feet apart, and wash your hands often. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM. Be sure to download our weekly podcast, Talk City Greensboro, and now GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.